This is Raven Dana, and thanks for tuning in to Walking Between the Worlds. We're going to do a little meditative journey today. If there's a problem with the sound, please let me know. Apparently I had a glitch last week and didn't know it, posted something with no sound. So I'm going to make up for that, I promise. There will be this meditation and another one coming this week. And we start the B class on Wednesday, just so if you have forgotten about it, there's a class coming up starting Wednesday, and I'm very excited about it. So, okay, let's have some slow, easy, relaxing time together. Find a place where your back is comfortably supported, where you can be quiet for about 12 to 15 minutes. Get yourself settled in, and gently bring your attention to your breath. And as you breathe, relax your breath. Allow your breath to become slow and deep. Feel the sensations of breathing. Notice the way your whole body rises on the inhale and drifts gently down on the exhale. Relax. Let yourself float on your breath. Breathing in, you rise up to that still point at the top of the breath. And breathing out, you drift down to the still point at the bottom of the breath. Relax. Let your eyes close. And feel the way you ride your breath effortlessly, rising up and drifting down. With every exhale, you relax a little more deeply. You feel your belly soften. Any tension stored in your shoulders drops away. You relax your jaw. Just breathe. Feel the tug of gravity and surrender to that feeling. Relaxing even more onto the surface that supports you. As you float on your breath, your mind quiets and your thoughts become still. And in that silent space, images begin to rise around you. And you find yourself in the early morning hours, walking down an unfamiliar but beautiful little city street. The buildings are whitewashed in the early light. Long shadows cross the road. It's quiet, but for the sound of birds and the crunching of leaves underfoot as the autumn breeze makes leaves cascade down around you. You can hear the occasional traffic. Every now and then a car goes by. Very few people are out. It's such a pleasant day. The blue sky, white clouds, and as you walk along, you notice up on the corner the door opens. You hear the jingle of a little bell, and the breeze picks up, and you smell coffee and cinnamon. And you see someone emerging from a coffee house, carrying a cup. And you think this is the perfect time to stop in and get warm. You go up to the door, which is red, and you give it a little nudge and hear the bell jingle as it opens. You're greeted with a wave and a smile, as if you're an old friend. The person behind the counter says, "I got you, I got this, I know what you want." And you chuckle, looking up at all the possible things that you could order. But before you've even read through them all, a beverage is in front of you. On the house, you're told. And you nod, offer your thanks, and pick it up. Give it a sniff, give it a sip, and realize that is exactly what you want. You take a seat at a little table by a window where you can look out and watch the clouds and see the leaves tumble down the street. You see somebody walking a dog. You see a row of pigeons sitting on a lamppost. You see a cat meandering down the street as if he owns it. And you look around this little shop, and it's bright and cheery and filled with color. You look at the paintings on the walls, and they're familiar to you. They remind you of something, somewhere. And just then you hear the door and look up to see a very old woman with a beautifully carved cane walk in. Even though she's small in stature, she's tall in dignity. Her eyes sparkle, her head is raised high, and she walks with authority. She taps her cane on the ground 3 times, and the barista laughs and says, "I got you, Grandma," and turns to make something. By the time the old woman has made it up to the counter, her drink is ready. And she picks it up and carries it right over to the table where you're sitting. And with her cane, she pulls out the chair opposite yours and asks, "Can I sit with you?" "Of course," you say. Her eyes are so bright and sparkling. And she reaches into the folds of her clothes and she pulls out a small box. With a smile and the raise of an eyebrow, she slowly pushes the box across the table to you. "It's time for you to have this," she says. Curious, you pick it up, wiggle the lid to get it off, and when you open that little box, it's something familiar, something old, perhaps something from your childhood, or something you've almost but not quite forgotten. It's something that when you see it, makes you sit back in your chair and smile and take a deep breath. Oh, you say, thank you. And she reaches out her hand and pats you. You can feel her skin, papery and warm, soft and smooth. And you notice that cane, now very close and beautifully carved. And you have this sense that you have not only received this gift, but you've received a little piece of yourself back from someplace it's been left. And the old woman picks up her beverage, takes a few good long sips, and pushes herself to her feet using her cane. She raises her cup to you in a toast, and you raise yours in return. And with a chuckle, she begins ambling towards the door. See you later, she says to the barista. Next time, grandmother, he says. And she laughs. A good, hearty laugh. And turns and bumps the doors open. Exits with a nod to you. And disappears into the morning light streaming in the doorway. And you close that little box and hold it in the palm of your hand. You can feel the energy rolling off it. You feel deeply at ease, as if you're filled with light, as if no matter what comes your way, you are prepared. You feel loved in this moment. And you sit back in your chair and gaze out the window and notice the shadows and the birds and the car going by and the cat sitting on the corner looking up at the window. And you close your eyes and just listen to the sounds and smell the smells and begin slowly to breathe your way back into your body, into the moment, into the room in which you rest. Calling yourself back gently, you begin filling up with your own awareness, noticing the sensation of clothing on your skin, bringing back with you that item in the little box. You can feel it. You can feel it glowing within you as you breathe your way all the way back now, refreshed and relaxed. You allow your eyes to open. Thank you for journeying with me today. This is Raven Dana, walking between the worlds, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.